In this episode of the IT Experts podcast, we talk with one of the Growth Hub clients, Julian Shelley, about how he got unstuck. Welcome to the IT Experts podcast, the only podcast to help MSPs scale to 1 million, and if already there, get to 5 and go faster. At the end of the day, isn't it all about building a business that works for you rather than you for it? I hope you enjoy the show. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the IT Experts podcast. Today, I've got a real special episode today. It's a client success stories podcast, and we are joined with Julian Shelley from Woodstock IT. Hey, Julian, how are you doing today?
I'm really good, thanks. Ian, how about you?
Yes, I'm all good, thank you. I'm all buzzing for this show. Now, bit of a disclaimer on this one. On this podcast, we are going to be sharing with you Julian's story of what he's done during the Growth Hub, and for two reasons, really. Number one, Stuart and I, on a daily basis, speak to so many MSPs, and sometimes people need to hit rock bottom. Sometimes they don't know how to ask for help. Sometimes they don't know what they need to do. And, our role is to help people to, help more people, change more lives, make more impact, and have a bit of a giggle while we're doing it, sort of thing, which is what we do at the Growth Hub. So as you're going through this podcast, if you're feeling a bit stuck, then there's going to be a call at the end of it just to say, look, get in contact with us, or alternatively, reach out to the Tech Tribe, to CompTIA, any of the other communities out there to help you implement some of the things that Julian's done. So this is not a sales podcast, but this is a podcast where we're going to be talking to one of our super clients about some of the things that he's done, the way he's applied it, the mindset he's changed. Because when I first met Julian, he was in a position where, and you'll hear from him in himself, he was just like, do you know what? I'm either going to do this or I'm going to just delete this and just go and do something else because I'm just not enjoying it anymore. So let's get into the story of how we helped him get his mojo back, helped him get his drive and the vision for the future. So just before we get started, Julian, do you want to give us a bit of a rundown? Who are you? What do you do? Who you help? How big's your MSP? And all of that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, of course, no worries. So I started my MSP in 2011, and I think back then that acronym MSP was not widely used. I think it's fair to say we were IT support companies back then. So things have changed. I started the business off the back of a relatively short career in IT, working for other IT companies. And long story short, I'd had enough of being treated badly as an employee, and I felt like there was a gap in the market for me to do it better and support my local business community in the process. Started the business 2011. It was just me on my own, and grew the business very steadily, very organically over the years, working on a basis of adding one employee per year. And we sort of stuck to that more or less. So fast forward to present day, 2023, and we have 13 employees. It's been a gradual growth, but it's been a good journey along the way.
Excellent stuff. Whereabouts are you based?
So we're based near Gatwick in West Sussex, a town called Horsham.
Lovely, lovely part of the world. So, Julian, when we first met, you came to, I think we first met, or you first saw us when we was talking at CompTIA. What resonated with you? And it's really interesting to understand these things for your own sales process in your MSP, as well as kind of from our point of view. What was it that resonated with you when we were talking on stage that made you think, hang on a minute, I've got to get in contact?
I'll be completely honest, I can't remember the specific content you were talking about. I mean, it was over a year ago, so bear with me. But what I will say is, nothing to do with the content, but everything to do with your sales approach. There was a call to action. I was like, I'll scan the QR code, stick my email address in, whatever it was, and let's see what happens. And obviously, in the following days and weeks, there was follow up, there was email content, and everything that you were saying was resonating with me. in terms of where I was with the business. And then you very kindly invited us to your office in Luton, and there was the taster day, and one thing led to another. So it was it was more your approach than what you were saying. But obviously, something you said at the time,
I'll take that. We'll take
clicked
that.
with me. So.
We'll leave that in the archives then. We'll leave that in the archives. So brilliant stuff. So what we do when we're, looking to support more people, we do some discovery days. We've actually got one coming up in December. Shameless plug straight in the first 5 minutes of the podcast. But what was going on in your head then when you thought, I need to go and check out this taste today. I need to go and see this discovery day. I need to do something. How were you kind of feeling at the time?
It was a strange time because the business was ticking over and it was doing okay. I guess I was working with a business coach at the time, and I suppose it was a timing thing because that relationship was coming to an end, all amicably. But I'd kind of reached a ceiling with what I could do with that particular business coach. So I guess I was subconsciously in the market for something else. So when I saw that you were offering an MSP specific coaching journey, it was just like a penny drop moment. I was like, that's exactly where I need to be. So yeah, that was it really.
Brilliant. And you said to us, kind of when we first met, it was just you were doing all right. You're kind of getting on good enough. But I think one of the things you said to me, you just weren't feeling energized about it anymore. It was almost turning into a bit of a job that you did, that you owned and obviously enjoyed the profits from, rather than something that was exciting and new and things like that. Was that a fair reflection?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, in my own business journey, I guess I had built the business up to a point where it could run without me, and there was there's that constant temptation to take advantage of that. And actually, yeah, I don't need to do anything because the business will run. But actually, the reality is, if you are a business owner and you have a team around you, you can't really do that. You've got to keep pushing forward. And that's what was missing. I didn't have that guidance and that focus, or any kind of mentor to kind of put an arm around me and say, look, this is the way maybe you should be doing things, and there is a better way. So yeah, that was where my head was at the time, really.
Brilliant. What was some of the things that you learned at the discovery day, at the taste today? What were some of the poignant moments, as it would be?
Yeah, there was several. I mean, there's just looking at your background behind you. You've got the pyramid there, the MSP journey,
yeah,
and that was a big one for me. Just looking at the different stages and actually being able to really kind of connect with where I had been in the past and where I was now, and everything in that journey was just like, yeah, I remember doing that. Yeah, been there, done that. So that was a real eye opener. And then the other thing was your kind of strap line that you use, where you talk about helping MSPs to get to £1 million revenue, or get to 5 million faster. And again, I'm like, well, that £1 million revenue target is one that we had on the radar for a really long time. So that was exciting to kind of hear that and actually put some framework around it.
It's funny, the whole £1 million thing, because £1 million turnover doesn't mean anything if you haven't got a good profitability and a good client retention and great employee engagement and all of that. But it does seem to be this blocker that people just sometimes, for some stupid reason, can't get through. And I don't know what it is, but it's a funny one, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and ironically as well. Obviously, as the years go by, £1 million is worth less and less. But yeah, it's still a big milestone.
Maybe we need to update the strapline, but I'm not sure if it will ring that well on the marketing side of things. So, Julian, what other elements of the program have you really found beneficial?
So something I didn't realise early on, but soon became clear, was that there is regular meetups as part of the program. So not only a single day sort of every 8-week alignment session where we sit around the boardroom table and thrash out a few things, but there's also a 2-day intensive session where we will get together again, sort of ballroom style, and there's a lot of content, always some great ideas, a lot of engagement from all the other MSP owners. But also, really importantly, a chance to just have a bit of a laugh and have a few drinks and catch up with some of the others. And that's a regular thing, which I'm starting to look forward to every time in the diary now. I'm like, okay, well, when's the next one? What are we doing? So yeah, really valuable. And I'd say, again, just going back to what I was saying about collaborating with other MSPs, it's a great opportunity to build those relationships and get to know people. So yeah, really great stuff.
It is amazing when when you guys get together, and Stuart and I's vision of what we were trying to achieve at the beginning, and then when you guys just sitting there chatting and talking and enjoying my I have a very powerful shitty quiz every 16 weeks, which everybody loves because it is the worst quiz in the world, but there's some pretty good prizes, but not that should be a reason that you should join it, but okay, great. So you came to Discovery Day. You said, "Look, we need to give this a go. We need to get moving forwards because we wanted to drive the business, a bit more, not aggressively, but a bit more deliberately." What was it like when you started the Growth Hub?
It was honestly, it was a bit overwhelming to start with because there's a lot of content, a lot of ideas, and you get this sort of shiny ball syndrome where you want to sort of take an idea and run with it before you've even walked. So yeah, when I say overwhelming, I mean that in a good way. It was there was a lot of positive content, a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I could see the potential in. So I really enjoyed it as well. It was, and I am still really enjoying it, I should add. It was a really it was an exciting time for the business as well, because I think my team around me could see this renewed energy in me. Like I had that feedback from them for more or less straight away. So that was really nice to hear. And then fast forward. I mean, we're nearly 12 months in now. We're really starting to reap the benefits of that. And again, the guys are aware that I have this relationship with the Growth Hub, and that's an ongoing thing. And I'm constantly bringing in new ideas. Sometimes they're a bit unpopular, but hey, that's that's just the way it goes. So yeah, it's been a great journey so far.
Yeah, and the key points of some of the methodology that we were using with with the planning and things like that when you started. How did you get on with that?
So that is a framework that I think was missing from almost my entire business journey. Having a regular plan in place that you keep checking back in on and then updating it. I've never really done anything like that before. My approach has always been a little bit more, shall we say, chaotic. So that having that regular planning is, I hear it all the time in others in my business network. Obviously it's important for any business, and I think I just managed to escape it for a lot longer than I should have done, but we got there in the end.
Brilliant. And you're enjoying, and alongside that plan. So just a little bit of an explainer, kind of how it works at the Growth Hub is that we help three types of MSPs pretty much. 250 to 750 turnover is one. It really works on your maturity. 750 to 1.5 is another group, and then 1.5 and above is our boardroom clients. So it's all about leadership. So first one's all about stabilizing, the middle one's about strengthening, and then the large, the boardroom is about accelerating. And Julian's in the middle group. So you are in an accountability pod with other MSPs of your size, because they literally are, as far as we're concerned, completely different businesses, even though they're all running the same thing, because you're going through different things. I was on the phone this morning to a client who's in complete overwhelm. He's one of the smaller guys, complete overwhelm because he's got to do everything himself. Whereas with yourself now, Julian, we've been discussing bringing in senior leaders and the right senior leaders, and what jobs are they going to do, and are they going to turn into a senior leadership team, hopefully in years to come, but helping you to step back and focus. So we've got that accountability, kind of there's weekly check-ins as well, and the accountability is quite interesting, isn't it? Because some days it's so good, and some days it's not so good, isn't it? As the advert says, but that's all right, isn't it? Because you've got your plan that you're sticking to.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. It's you are going to have good and bad days. I think everybody does. But yeah, that's where the planning comes in, and you can always revert back to that, and there'll be something on there that is achievable, a small win, or even just a look at it. It's just to refresh your memory is all it needs sometimes.
How do you feel and connect with the other members of the Growth Hub, because it's a really quite unique community, isn't it? I know we've got lots of other communities out there for MSPs, but what's your take on the community with the guys we've got in the group?
Yeah, really, really welcoming, I have to say, and an overwhelming sense that they want to help other MSP owners. So that was a real eye opener as well. It's to find out that actually the MSP community is really really collaborative. There's you would think, being IT experts, a lot of them, there would be a tendency for keeping your cards close to your chest, but actually that's not the case at all. So yeah, I found overall everyone has been really engaging, really helpful, really supportive.
Because they've all been through the same journey. Because the great thing is that everybody has a 16-week action plan. Everybody has an accountability pod. Everybody has, that support network and all the other things that we've got with our own Power App and other things to kind of keep you on track. And it's to help you go better, faster, and implement that, that much quicker. But also stay focused on what's mattered to you right now. And that's where Stuart and I are constantly going, no, left a bit, no, not that bit. No, you're not doing sales today. You're focusing on that first and putting everything in that order, which is really important. So let's cut to the chase. What's the impact of the first year of the Growth Hub for you? What's the results? You can give us a bit of a turnover, people. What's the headlines for people on the show today?
Yeah. Okay. So, the top line, the revenue we've increased by just over 16%. But more importantly, our net profit has increased by 40%.
Wow.
In the last 12 months.
40% net profit.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. We've added 3 members of staff to facilitate some of that, and that's made a big difference. So. Just a note on the profit side of things as well. Part of the support we've had from the Growth Hub has been identifying some cost savings and helping out with some additional support in terms of, or advice in getting some extra cash into the business through the R&D tax credits. So thank you for that. So it's all helped. Yeah,
that was a very big help, wasn't it? That was
that was brilliant.
A good one for you. So first year we've grown by 40%. So 16% on the income, 40% on the revenue. Any sales and marketing activities going on at the minute, Julian?
Yeah, it's been a big shift in the way we do that as well. We're churning out regular newsletters now. Increased our social media engagement. There's been a load of stuff going on. It's sort of never ending really, but all good stuff.
And that's starting to resonate with new leads coming in that are just connecting with you, just like we did back at Comptio, I'm guessing.
Yeah, indeed. And more importantly as well, we're getting better at tracking those incoming leads and how many of them are converting and where they're coming from. And obviously, once you have that data in front of you, it's a lot easier to make smarter decisions about what is and isn't working with your marketing. So it's really important. And
and with your team now, you're up to 13. We know where your turnover's at. There's a nice, there's been a bit of, systemization and optimization, I guess, with those people. There's quite a bit of capacity now within your team, isn't there, to take you probably to get that turnover up again, in a good push in the next year ahead, but without killing anyone, basically.
Yeah, definitely. So taking advantage of some of the latest technology, some new tools we're adding that are going to allow us to implement more automation. So we'll be able to effectively take on more clients, but without having to take on more staff and without overwhelming them. So it's really, really exciting.
Excellent. We keep a track of that with Julian's, or all clients, with their headline numbers and profitability, and making sure we're using the metrics of our maturity score to make sure they stay on track. Julian, thank you very much today for being so honest and open. And I know that you're keen to get your message out, that you're now kind of unstuck, you're enthused, your team have known it, the numbers are looking like it, things are happier, and which enables you to do things outside of work as well as inside of work, and work as much as you want. What's kind of like some of your final thoughts for people who may be sitting on the fence a little bit, might be sort of thinking there, well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, then what's your advice for them?
I would say you've got to fully engage with something like this if you're going to do it. You'll get out of it what you put in, and that's true with many things in life. But what I will say is, my only regret is that I wish I'd found something like this 10 years ago, because it would have made life a lot easier. But no, fair enough. I forgive you. But we got there in the end. So, but yeah, I would say anyone, if you're on the fence, just and you feel like you're a bit stuck, and you feel like you want to grow your business a bit more, then just do it. Just get on board and give it a go.
Fantastic. And just kind of bringing this into a bit of a close. If the time is right for you, if now is the time when you're fed up with it and you've got the bandwidth and you know that you can come into the program and dedicate your time to growing your business, then you can either contact myself or Stuart if you're ready to kind of crack on. We can just reply back. We'll put some links in the show notes here. Or if you're still a little bit pondering around, I'm not quite sure, should I, shan't I? I'm going to put a link into the MSP Mastery quiz, and in just 4 minutes you can assess your business. You can go in, have a look, you get a personalized report. It tells you which part of the model you should be focusing on, what we need to be looking at next, and where you need to work forwards. So it gives you a little bit more idea of some of the MSP journey that we talked about, and how that works. So that is going to be it for us for today. Julian, thanks ever so much for your time today in preparing for the show and recording it. Also been so open and honest and vulnerable as well, just because we just wanted to get this message out of your great journey that you've been on, and to share it with others. And if they're interested and the time is right, more importantly, then they can get in contact. So all the best for yourself with your business and in the program for the next weeks, months, and years ahead. And you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers, Julian.
Thanks, Ian. Cheers.
So I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, I'd love it if you could leave a rating and review on your favourite podcast platform. If you want to learn more about how to take your MSP to 1 million, or if you're already there, go faster, then come and join Stuart Warwick and myself in the Scale with Confidence Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. You go and enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.